Hey, 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 what's going on, everybody? About 425 here, coming up on 430. What do we got, man? Well, we got all-time highs. That's what we got. Got up to 700, spot 28 now, right there. All right. New highs on the SPX as well. All right, so we have, it's quite incredible. We were going through some of the research today and looking at, 1929. We had a crash. It was probably one of the worst ones we've ever had, and we did not recover until 1954. Okay, that's how long it took for us to get back, if you had bought a stock, to when it got back up to where you possibly would have bought it at. All right. So 1929, all right, up to 1954. And then we had a crash in 2001. All right. And just so you know, I was not in the one in 1929, just so you know. I wasn't at that one, but I was at the one in 2001, right? We had a bubble, kind of a bubble now with the AI, sort of. But they seem to let a little air out here and there. So hard to say, but the bigger picture, we didn't recover from 2001 until 2007. And then we took the hit again to the downside. And I remember that one very well. I was the one in 87 as well. That was another one. I just kind of skipped through that one a little bit. All right. So, going forward here, I'm looking. All right. So we get to 2007. The market falls apart again. It was the housing boom that came on us, and then we didn't really recover till 2015. Okay. Now, these were not things that were not even connected with war by any stretch of the imagination. All right. So here we are. we take on the biggest country that we've ever gone after. There's 90 million people in Iran. All right. We did fight Japan, right? For almost 3.5 years, we fought Japan. 77 million people. That was a big thing. The war went on for us with Japan, kind of after things cooled off, and it still took a while before that, really came to an end. All right. So, and here we are in 2026. Again, we take on one of the biggest countries that we ever have, when it comes to people and mass land. All right, and it's been what, about 6 weeks, 7 weeks. Are we close to finishing it? Who knows? All right, Hormuz is opening. Okay, that's good news, right? The faster we get to Hormuz open and oil starts flowing around the world, this is better. All right, this is a good thing. What I'm trying to make, the point I'm saying, is that this is what we are doing here is just unbelievably crazy, and we were all talking about it, and it's just unbelievable how quickly, I mean, the market just turns around and goes right back up to the highs. Now, granted, we weren't that, we weren't, we didn't get knocked out that bad on this move to the downside. But I mean, for them to come back so quick like this is like, it blows my mind. All right, it blows my mind. So that being said, okay, there we are. We're the highs here at 700 spot day. The SPY is getting too rich to trade. It's almost getting to that point. All right, so 2 up on the weekly here. There it is, man. 700 spot 28. All right. SPY six, and just as you see now, you start to see they're peeling off here a little bit, coming back down. But I seen the needle and the damage done. All right, so SPY, just unbelievable that we would come back this quickly. All right, so triple Q, same thing, and we had to rally this thing to get it done at the end of the day. I'll tell you, I was screaming at the thing. We only needed to get to 637.16. But not only did we get that, we got all the way up to 637.83, and guess what? Went out on the highs. All right, so we're at the top of the broadening phase. We're at the top of the broadening formation on all the futures right now. All right, so we're going to be watching up here. Okay, I had some tech stocks in the last week. Right, I kind of lightened the load here a little bit today. All right, I gotta lighten the load here. I've had a pretty good move there to the upside on these tech stocks. And I just thinking I got to take a little off. All right. So we really will be focusing on the futures very closely now as we get up here. All right. 2 up on the year here on triple Qs. All right. I mean, and again, now we don't have any magnitudes now to look for unless we start to come back inside again. So it's going to be kind of difficult for us to continue to if we continue to climb, we're going to see, because we're in no man's land. All right, we're in no man's land for sure. All right, so coming back here a little bit, coming back inside. And you guys remember, because you guys have been with me for a while, so remember when the Dow Jones Industrial, we were watching them, they were garbage, we couldn't get it going, and we struggled. We struggled in a big way. All right, on the diamonds. And here on our daily right now, where I'm showing you right now, we start not even near going back, all right, to where we're coming back to where we could potentially get back up to. All right, that would be the highs at 50,600 and change, something around that number. All right, so but what we do know is that the diamonds, when it did went up and made it move, it did this thing right here. Let me show you what I'm looking at here. I want to show you on the quarter, so I got to change it. All right. So this move that went up and came down, we got all the way up to 505.30. All right. That's on the diamonds. Now on the cash, it's kind of a little bit of a different number. So MYM. There's your MYMs. There it is right there. All right. You got the 3-1 inside now. Okay. So on the quarter now, you got a lot of time in the quarter. All right. Just started the quarter. All right. So we'll wait and see what happens. But look at this, pretty stout coming back inside. All right. So diamonds still got a long way to go, but I tell you, that's why I wanted to kind of leave with that tech. Really big move to the upside. Micron, 456. Micron was down $10 today. All right. Real mixed bag on the tech stocks. Cisco, still not good. Marvel, just aces to the upside. All right. Just can't stop. All right. So tech stocks have moved exponentially. I still do have a group of stocks that we are watching on the inside month. Okay, so now they've moved these things up pretty quickly, right? Because when you figure that you trade 6.5 hours during the day, and then you trade maybe another 6 hours overnight, they're pushing these things up overnight, and it's hard for us to be able to go in there and trade in there. You got to put a GTC order in there. You can only put a limit order in there. So that's, for me, if I want to get on there, there's not a lot of liquidity. You're going to get pushed around in that market. All right. If you have the capabilities to do it and you can trade it, then good for you. All right. So think about it like this. We got a 6.5 hour day. We got a 12-hour day. All right. So they can push them up all night and then come in the morning, and then they're going to ask us to pay higher prices. And this is when I want to say, we do not want to help them. Okay, when they buy them up on the overnight, we're not there. We're not there to take it off their hands. All right. I try to say this all the time. It's like, no. We're not going to help you. Okay. We are the recipients of those that come down that we do. So we look for we know where the numbers are. We know where the support levels are, and we know where the resistance numbers are. All right. So we're going to continue to stick to what we do and just watch what we do now. All right. So again, what we're looking for, and I just want to kind of stick in the futures right now. All right. We're going to try to look for that. Now, diamonds still got a long way to go. All right. And they're going to have troubles. All right. Now, are they going to drag down the tech? We're going to be seeing interesting. This is a pretty good move to the upside. There's going to be some pullbacks, all right, for sure. All right. Now, in the next coming days, we're going to definitely get a real tuned up on what stocks we really like and where our support levels are. When things start to break down, we got to know where they're at. We got to look at good reversals and then going back up to the highs again. All right. So this is what we're going to do, and we're just going to keep it. This is what we do all the time anyway. But I just want to make a point to say that it's going to be very important going forward now with our support and resistance numbers because we don't have any more magnitudes from the upside. All right. So that being said, diamonds still struggling. Healthcare got a little better today. The financials across the board were red. Green everywhere. Did I say red? Look at MSCI, MasterCard, everything, man. Everything's up. SPGI, chubby. Visa's back up to 315. Still got a ton of room to go. All right. CBOE, Coinbase, Robinhood. All right. Robinhood was only up $8.23 today. Bank of America was up $1. Okay. We got earnings coming. That's going to be the big catalyst for us. All right. So we're going to start getting tech next week, and then the following weeks. I will try to get a list of all of them that are coming in, and we'll see how the earnings start to come in. All right. So with the move that we have to the downside, it's going to be interesting to see how the lag 7, how they start to report. We look at Microsoft. We look at Tesla. Tesla's already back up to almost a 400. I mean, this is crazy. This shouldn't be happening. I mean, now I got to say, there's more participants in the market than ever before, too. All right. There's when I was in the stockbroker down in the, the order went to the broker went to the exchange. There was a methodical thing that had to happen. And now you got guys all over the desks, all over the country, all over the world, trading our markets. All right. So it gets a little cloudy. All right. So that's why I say cool the jets. We're going to find the stocks that we like that are going to move for us, and we're going to know the supports, and we're going to know where the resistance is. All right. So up to the upside here today, guys. Just a massive move for us to come back in the middle of a war. This is strange. All right. And I've been at this for a while. All right. But this is very strange. All right. So that being said, I will be giving you some numbers in the morning. I gave you numbers today. My number today on the upside on SPY was 69.30. All right. We busted right through there at 69.30. All right. On the downside right now, I'm still sticking at 68.50 right now. All right. That would be on our SPX. I'm going to give you some fresh numbers in the morning. All right. And we're going to be looking for things that make a big move to the upside and then reverse and come down. All right. That's what we see in the broadening formations. This guy here, right? On the quarter, right? It got all the way up. Come all the way back down. All right. So we're going to be looking for something that you get a spike that goes up and comes back inside, and then see what acts after that. Okay, and we'll see if and then we look for our setups, our 3-1-2s, our 2-1-2s. Those are the things we're going to continue to look for. All right, and and we'll see how it shakes out from here. All right, so I just really wanted to chat it up a little bit. I hope everybody is making some money right now. This has been a pretty good move in the market. I don't know where you guys are. All right, I don't know how much you trade. I don't know. I got a couple people that have come now into the Discord. I've had a few people join in here now. So, they seem to be happy about it. They seem to be picking up some of the things that we do in the Discord that we don't necessarily talk about on here. All right. So I'd like to say that, hey, this is going to go up, that's going to go up, this is that, and then that's going to go down. What I'm saying is that we're sitting at all-time highs right now, and we're looking for the watchtower. All right, we're at the top of the watchtower, and we want to see when things start to break down. All right, if that starts to happen. So we got, we had a lot of Fed guys talk out this week too, and Goolsby talk from Chicago as well. And the talk is that we do not need any rate cuts right now. Okay, Powell is going to stick it out until May. He's not going to step down if they charge him with something. He's going to stay in there and he's going to fight. So the powers that be will have to figure out how they're going to have to deal with him. And then even worse, when he gets in, he's going to have to still get appointed, and that's not even happened. So we'll see with that. Now there's some talk to do today about the tariff money, and that's going to go to the courts in July. All right, so we're sitting on all that cash. All right, do we give that money back or do we keep the money? But this is going to go to court again now. All right, so we'll see what happens with that. So we go into July. For right now, tech's pretty hot. We'll look for the things that have kind of that have been left behind. All right, and I'll be giving you names in the morning. I put those numbers on there every day on Twitter. I hope you're watching them. I hope you see them. They're for you. It's hard to get feedback. All right, so I'm gonna finish it here. All right, and saying that the Diamonds is our new game. All right, and we know that the Industrials were not that great today. All right. They really weren't. All right, XLI, they puked down straight. All right, tried to get it going, it flattened out. All right, so industrials don't like wars. All right, so them stocks that we're looking at, Emerson, Honeywell, all right, all those coming back down again. All right, so we're going to definitely keep an eye on that. We're still trying to find a place to get into a position, and XLI is a little heavy here right now. All right, and healthcare, I think the biggest problem the healthcare has is that most everything is stuck inside that month. So again, I'm going to reiterate that again. I already talked about this earlier. Coming back up, I'm going to change that back to the month. Okay, there's your 2-1. Trying to get back in on your healthcare. Just trying to get back in here a little bit. All right, so healthcare is the major recipient of the Diamonds. All right, that and the financials. Those are really the two big ones and the industrials. They're the ones that kind of, keep the Diamonds moving up to the upside. So with the industrials kind of falling down, I mean XLV with the 2-2 down, and then I think I showed you there a little bit there on your XLI as well. Was the 2-2 down, couldn't get it back really up either. All right, XLF kind of a little better here. Just XLF was a nice day. All right, got up to 452.35. All right, so banks better, and we already reported some of the earnings. We still got more coming. Tech coming. I'm not going to talk anymore. All right, we'll see what happens when the tech earnings start to come. And listen, It ain't about the earnings. It's not about the revenue. That's a large part about the revenue, but the guidance is what's going to be the most important thing, I think. Watch out for the guidance. They want to know, what are you going to give me next quarter? Okay, that's what they're going to want to know. Where am I going to be next quarter? That's what they're going to add. That's going to be the big move on that one. All right. So we'll keep an eye out. Futures all-time high. Congratulations. I mean, going up to the highs during a war, it's unheard of. All right. But it's happening, and kind of freaking out a little bit. But we're gonna run along with it. We're gonna stay cool. We're gonna stay calm. We're gonna make money. This last couple days have been really, really nice. All right, where you are in your trading world, I want to help you in any way that I can to help you. And more people coming over to the Discord, you're going to learn a lot more of that, all right? And do you have the time? I get it. Everybody, we're all working. We're all working. And I get it. So, so if you can't be on there 6.5 hours a day, you can't be on 6.5 hours a day. It's as simple as that. But we do a lot more videos, and we go through a lot more charts. All right, so just an opportunity for you to engage a little bit more. I'm trying to build a community of traders here, so we can all come together, and collectively come together and bring all these great minds together, and we all do well. All right, that's what I'm trying to do here. All right, so everybody have a wonderful Wednesday, hump day. All right, congratulations on the new highs, and be good.